After technical delay, lightning strike to the box, but we're back, baby. We are back. They can't hold us down. 29.8 seconds left in the half. We missed the extra point. It's 14-0. Tigers are up, and they are on offense once again. Ball is spotted at their own 40-yard line with 29 seconds left in the half. Timeout, Mustangs. We're all safe. We're all okay. We are here to bring you these games. Nothing can hold us back. Thank you for tuning in right here, Generation X U Sports Network. You're watching the matchup between the Tigers, the national defending champs, Bessemer Tigers out of Alabama, against Dallas Elite Mustangs out of Texas. Scores 14-0. Tigers over the Mustangs with 29.8 seconds left in the first half of play. Next game coming up next will feature the 10 and under teams, the defending national champs, Atlanta Elite Voodoo, taking on the Walk Down Gang, the Eagles out of Georgia. Quarterback back to pass. He'll roll to his right. Had a player open. There's going to be some flags there in the play. Maybe against... Let's see what the official call is. That might be against the Tigers with a illegal man downfield, as they had some linemen right next to the wide receivers when that pass was done. So that is the call, a legal man downfield. So they'll back up the Tigers, and that's a 5-yard penalty. And then after that Voodoo game, we'll be featuring an 11 and under matchup, which will feature Twin City Outlaws, then defending national champs, against Havoc Gold, who knocked off Bugatti yesterday. Hand off to number 0. Has some room. Gets across the first down marker, and he'll be spotted close to around the 45-yard line with 17 seconds. And a timeout is on the field. The Tigers want to talk about it. And after that Havoc Gold Twin Cities matchup, we'll be featuring the number 1 12 and under team in the nation. They call them Big Zip. Located out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes will be taking on Grizzlies United out of Louisiana. And after that game, prime time, 5 p.m., we'll be having the Miami Gardens Ravens, the Flock, taking on the Tarrant City Ducks. Going to definitely be an exciting matchup. And then featuring at 7 p.m., 12 and under matchup, Alpha Dogs Elite out of Orlando, taking on Texas Elite. So some great matchups tonight and throughout today. And, of course, we'll be having other live streams on the other fields as well. I can tell you on Field 8, there'll be Georgia Eagles, 9 and under, taking on Playmakers Elite, which will be live streamed on What's Your Heartbeat For. And Atlanta Elite Supreme taking on True Motion will be at 1 o'clock. That's a 7 and under matchup. Twin City Outlaws against Real Deal GEA, 7U matchup, and complete on the play. Then you'll also have Rare Breeds 8 and under taking on the Adamsville Tigers, defending national champs, live stream. Also at 7 p.m., you have the Atlanta Bulldogs ABA taking on Bullet Academy at 12 and under. A lot of action. On field number 7, after this play, I'll tell you some of these matchups. Quarterbacks in shotgun trips, receivers to the bottom of your screen. Quarterback rolls out to the right, throws it out to the flats. It's caught by number 2. He's been caught, breaks one tackle, still on his feet, makes another player miss, still on his feet, still on his feet. He's getting out to his block. It's going to be a foot race. He has block out in front of him. No one will catch him with only 4 seconds left in the half. Touchdown, Tigers. What a play. You're talking about some yak yards. That play, oh, whoa, wait. There's a flag way back at the 45-yard line. Don't make me waste my vocal cords yelling and screaming, referee. Don't do it. Let's see the call. And is he going to do it? Is he going to make me waste? He's calling holding against the Tigers. Man. You know, that's like going to the gym. You go to lift the first weight, and, you know, you have the coach pumping you up, got all the weights in the bar, and they yelling and they screaming. You get the weight up in the air, you push it up in the air, and then you just drop everything. That's how I feel right now. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that is a holding play. It comes back. But what an exceptional effort, individual effort. Of course, I can't even say individual because he had teams out there blocking. They created a wall. It almost looked like a kickoff return. All the players kept their eyes on the player, on their teammate, gave him an escort all the way down the field, and what great team football by the champs. Will not count. Play comes back, holding call. And so the time has expired. They'll get an opportunity to run this one last play. But wow, just gives you the reminder why these guys are the defending national champions, that they can do it at any time. Quick strike capabilities. Player in motion, handoff this time, and he won't get much there, but that just has to really shake the Mustangs like, man, if you're going to play the champs, you got to take advantage of your opportunities, because at any time the Tigers can separate very quickly. And as we talk about some of these matchups before we go to half, your score is 14-0 halftime between the Tigers and the Mustangs. And so we will have WOD-TV. My guy Panther will be bringing you Atlanta Elite and Gorilla Mob 9 and under. And after that matchup, he will be bringing the MBK Tigers versus the family out of Orlando. Then he will be bringing you Atlanta Elite Supreme. No, excuse me. He'll be bringing you Treasure Coast against the Georgia Eagles, 11 and under. Should be exciting action right there. And so there'll be different various games throughout today. Of course, field number 1, we just told you some of those matchups, so keep it locked. We'll be bringing you various streams throughout the whole day. 3 different fields, bringing 3 different live streams. Trying to make sure we give these kids the biggest stage possible here at the Youth National Championships. Big tackle in the backfield for the Mustangs as he could not even get out of his 2-point stance. And he'll lose maybe around 5 to 6 yards on that particular play, bringing up 2nd and long for the Tigers. Top of the third quarter, the score is 14-0 as Bessemer Tiger jumps out on the Mustangs with a 2-touchdown lead. Ball is on the ground, and it's going to be a fight. It may be Mustang ball, and it is. Fumble on the ground. Mustangs defense comes up with the turnover as they know they're going to need to trade scores with this Tigers team, and it's going to need to start here with a stop. And so they get a turnover. They'll set up their offense, I want to say close to around the 44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Mustangs ball, top of the third quarter, 9 minutes and 18 seconds as they trail the Tigers 0-14. Hand off to number 20 as he plows his way for a couple yards. Tackle by big number 58 as he gets up and flexes, letting know his crowd he's responsible for that tackle. Quarterback throws up top to his favorite receiver. This time it's almost picked off as the safety came over the top. Very well defended. Ball was high arced, gave time for the defenders to close on the ball. As he throws to his favorite receiver, number 2, incomplete. And touchdown number 1, Mustangs make it happen when they most needed it, and that is the play they needed to jump back into this game. And let me tell you, Mustangs have some talent. Number 1 and number 2 are definitely playmakers for this Mustangs team, and that's what they needed to get back. Your score is 14-6, 7 minutes and 46 seconds in the third quarter. It's a ball game here, ladies and gentlemen. Point at the tip is no good, so that brings your score 14-6, 7 minutes and 46 seconds left in the third quarter. Mustangs get ready to kick the ball off to the Tigers right here on Generation X Youth Sports Network. Kick right off there, and the Mustangs get the ball back. That's the break that they needed before 7 minutes and 41 seconds in the third quarter. They just score a touchdown. They kick a hard swift kick to the Tigers, bounces off the chest of a lineman, and they get the ball back. The Mustangs offense is back on the field. So you would have to look that the Mustangs are going to be looking to go back to number 1 and to number 2 as they've been their playmakers on this offense. Too many players on the field for the Mustangs. They get a player off. Quarterback's in shotgun. He'll send a player in motion. He gets set. Throws it out into the backfield to number 20. Makes one player miss. Won't make the third one miss as they converge on the tackle at the original line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. Maybe 2nd and 9. A gain of 1 from the official mark. It'll be a hurry-up offense for the Mustangs once again. They'll line up at the line of scrimmage. 20 will come out of the game after his carry. Subbing their skill players. Number 11 talking to his running back. He's telling him to get next to him. Sends him in motion up to the line of scrimmage. Throws a slant. Almost interception. Wow. The Tigers defender jumped the route. He was all over it, doing some good study in the film room, knowing that play. And let me tell you, he catches that. He has open green in front of him. So incomplete on the play, pass broken up by the Tigers defender, brings up 2nd and 9. Excuse me, 3rd and 9 for the Mustangs. Hand off to number 6. And he'll be tackled at the line of scrimmage. No room there as this Tigers defense is clamping down on this Mustangs offense. 3 plays, no gain. Brings up 4th down for the Mustangs. They'll need 9 for a first down. 6 minutes and 22 seconds in the third quarter. Scores 14-6. Tigers drop to a cover 2, expecting pass. He drops from the linebacker position to a strong safety. Quarterback wanted to throw to the flats, but the defender for the Tigers jumped that route. He saw it. He pulled the ball down and would live to fight another day. Instead of throwing an interception, he pulls the ball down and get as much as he can. Turnover and downs as the Tigers defense stand in the paint after that turnover. And it'll be first down going the other way. Handoff right up the middle, still on his feet, breaks the tackle. On his feet all the way out to around the 30-yard line. Big game for the Tigers. 14-yard run. So they'll move the chains for the Tigers with 5 minutes and 41 seconds. big run up the middle as the Tigers' run game is starting to establish themselves on the right-hand side of that line. Hurry up offense for the Tigers once again. Hand off to 0-0. This time they catch him in the backfield. Maybe a loss of 3 or 4. Tackle by number 11. And 88. Second and 14. Handoff left-hand side. Makes one player miss. Gang tackled at the line of scrimmage as the Mustang collapse the offensive line. And number 15 on the tackle for the Mustangs. Brings up 3rd and long for the Tigers with 4 minutes and 20 seconds in the third quarter. Two wide receivers to the bottom of your screen here for the Tigers. They'll send a couple players in motion. They'll send number 1 out to the wide out. Zero's in the slot. He goes in motion. Play action. Throws across the middle. Ball too low. Incomplete. Number 21 for the Mustangs on the defense as the defensive back. And that's going to bring up 4th and long for this Tigers team with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter as the Tigers lead 14-6. Throws out to the flats. So number 1 cuts back into the middle. Won't break the tackle as the defensive back comes up and does a great open field tackle. Turn over on downs as the Mustangs stand up in the paint once again against the number 1 team in the country. They come up with a big stop. This Dallas Elite Mustangs team, a very spirited team coming in here playing solid football and having a solid day defensively against the number 1 team in the country besides 2 big plays. Quarterback's in shotgun for the Mustang. Pressure's coming on. Pocket collapse. Quarterback is sacked. Number 5 comes in, collapses the pocket, gets around the defender, and brings the quarterback down single-handedly for the Tigers. Hand off to number 20. Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet. Won't break the second one, though, as he's gang tackle. A lot of pursuit to the ball by the Tigers. Big loss there. Let's see where they spot the ball. As he tried to get outside of this Tigers defense, and not a lot of running room there, as that you do not want to go east and west against this Tigers defense. A lot of team speed, as you can see there. He's cut down for a loss of 3. That's going to bring up like 3rd and 15. So Dallas is going to be very careful here. I know we haven't seen their punter all day, but it would be crazy to go for it inside of your own 20, as you can see the quick strike capability of this Tigers offense. So 3rd down, they'll need almost 18 yards for a first. Quarterback back to pass. Doesn't like what he sees, pulls the ball down. He's sacked. Big play by the Tigers. 2 sacks on this drive as the Tigers getting very active in that front 5, getting to the quarterback. That was a covered sack there. The quarterback saw what he liked downfield but pulled the ball down, and you got to give it to the quarterback. A lot of these kids at age of 9 years old, they're going to throw it regardless. They're not going to pull the ball down. They're going to just let it go and hope for the best. This quarterback recognizes that the route has been compromised, and he'll rather take the sack than throw a pick. So what that brings up 4th and 20. Will this be the first time we've seen the punter for this Mustangs team? And they'll be punting from close around the 15-yard line is where the line of scrimmage is at, right, ladies and gentlemen. So they'll need to be careful for a couple things here. They'll have to be careful to make sure they don't get the ball blocked here. They'll need to be careful to get some type of good punt so you don't give the Tigers excellent field position. A lot of things could go wrong here for the Mustangs, so they'll need to be very careful here on this special teams attempt. You got to make sure that snap doesn't go over his head. There's a lot of things that they'll need to make sure that they can execute to not give this Tigers even better field position that they have. Ball is up. It's punt. Scored on the fly at the 30. At the 25. At the 20. And a nice return by number 0 for the Tigers as he caught it midair and puts the Tigers in excellent field position. The ball will be spotted at the 11-yard line. 1st and 10, Bessemer Tigers. .3 seconds left in third quarter of play. The Tigers are knocking at the door. When we come back, we'll have more Mustangs, more Tigers right here on Generation X, brought to you by AG Sports.
They not ready.
We run this shit, y'all understand?
Yes, coach.
Quarterback and shotgun, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. He'll pull it out, calls his own number, carried by number 4. Tough run, as his Mustangs front 5 have been tough to run against all day. So it's going to be 2nd and goal for the Tigers. 2nd and goal. Ball is spotted at the 9-yard line. Quarterback's in shotgun. He'll call his own number once again. Not a lot of room, and that's going to do it for the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to flip sides of the field, and we'll get ready for some fourth quarter action here. 9 and under division. The national champs, 14. The challenger, the Mustangs, 6.
YC, you shooting a movie, meet us on the set, we at YC. YC, wanna smoke, you know where it's at the YC with it, gotta know it too. YC, yeah, this where everybody be, ayy. YC, last year we gave the folk the key to the YC. Who gon' be the last one to leave out the YC? Pull up and I get out here and freeze, ayy. Yeah, this is where it started at. Where your skills, where your rank, where your heart at? Where your fans, where your coaches, where your squad at? It's how you finish up the drill, it don't matter where you start at. Hey,
False start against the Tigers. Top of the fourth quarter. 3rd and goal. Back them up 5 yards, making it a little bit more difficult to convert this touchdown. Cannot get a first again, so they'll have 2 downs to try to get into the end zone. And the Mustangs understand for them to stay into this game in the fourth quarter, they'll need to keep the Tigers out of this end zone. Quarterback back to pass, and he'll be sacked as 00 darts through the line of scrimmage. Big sack for the Mustangs as they back the Tigers up, knowing that it's 4th and goal, cannot get a first, so the ball will now be spotted at the 22-yard line. So they go from the 9-yard line back all the way to the 22-yard line. Big sack for the Mustangs as this defense has been playing the number 1 team tough all day. Quarterback back to pass. He'll throw it to the flat. Number 0 is received. Makes one player miss. He tries to turn the corner. Gets all the way to the right-hand side, but will not be enough to convert or get into the end zone. Turnover on downs for this Mustangs team. They have been playing the number 1 team tough all day. They are hanging around with the Tigers deep into this game, 14-6 with 9 minutes left in the contest. You know, no one has told the Mustangs that they're playing the number 1 team in the nation. They're standing in the paint with them, exchanging blows for blows, and that's probably been the 3rd or 4th turnover on downs the entire day. This defense is playing championship football. Flag on the play. They're counting up players. And Mustangs kind of shooting themselves in the foot when it really counts. Having 12 players on offense, that's not what you want to do when you're trying to climb back into this game late in the game in the fourth quarter. They'll back them up 5 yards, making it 1st and 15 before they even snap the ball. So it backs up the team to the line of scrimmage, making it 1st and 15, 9 minutes and 2 seconds in this contest. And that comes a little pressure here that coaches got to help the kids out there, making sure they have the right personnel. Quarterback back to pass, rolls out, throws to the flat. Tip ball almost picked off as he overthrew it to his whippy receiver. And tip drill, and Tigers almost had an early gift here And you might would say that would have sealed the game if they were to intercept that and score. But the Mustangs are still alive. 2nd and 15. Backs against their own end zone. Ball is spotted at the 10-yard line. They're going to need to get some type of yards because we can see their punt game didn't really work out too well for them, so they won't want to punt from out of their own end zone once again. Throws it to the flats. Comes in the middle. Breaks one play. Still on his feet. Nice gain for the Mustangs. And, of course, that's number 2 again, who's been a playmaker for this Mustangs offense all day. Very close to the first down mark. They needed 15. He got 14. It'll be 3rd and 1. Player in motion. Hand off to the right-hand side. Breaks one tackle. On to the next. It looks like he'll have enough for the first. And he does. He needed 2 yards. He got it first. They move the chains. 8 minutes and 30 seconds. The Mustangs on the march. Hand off right-hand side. Third and 6. Quarterback back to pass. Throws it up top. Oh, and if he would have put one more hand out, it would have been a touchdown for number 1. He looked at the defender, didn't worry about catching the pass. He was wide open with nothing but green in front of him. A very accurate pass by the quarterback, and that had touchdown written all over it. Brings up 4th and 6. I know that wide receiver would want that ball back again. He was behind the closest defender. The safety missed out on the ball, and the safety grazed his eyes, and he took his eyes off the ball for that 1 second, and that was enough for him not to put both hands on the football. But, ladies and gentlemen, if he gets another hands out, there is nobody for him for the next 60 yards, and it would have been a different conversation, potentially being able to tie the ball game if they would have converted, if they could have scored there. But now, the reality of it is it's 4th down. 6 minutes and 28 seconds left in this game. It's a must conversion. They're going to call a timeout. The Mustangs want to talk about it. They have to draw one play that can get them 6 yards to continue if they want to challenge the number 1 team in the nation. Still a lot of time left in this game, 6 minutes and 28 seconds. But they want to capitalize so they can extend this drive to potentially tie this game up. Of course, we go by NCAA rules, even though they are down 8 points. If they score, it'll make it 14 to 12. 2-point conversion will tie this game up at 14 apiece. But it all starts here. Before we start counting points, they'll need to get 6 yards for the first down. Very well-designed play, and I can't tell you how impressed I've been with this quarterback as he's been standing tall in the pocket. Excellent job by the offensive line giving him a pocket where he can step up into it and really just be able to get these balls out to his wide receiver. An excellent job by number 1 and number 2 have really been the playmakers downfield in the passing game. But one just took his eyes off the ball for a split second, and he was surprised that the ball was there. He puts one hand out. So a little confusion on this play. Probably one of the most important plays of the Mustang season thus far. They're going to switch players out. They're going to bring number 0 in. There's confusion of who they got personnel-wise. Oh, man, and after the timeout, they just really blow it from a coaching perspective. A lot of confusion of who is even supposed to be in there. They rush a player in off the sideline, bring another one out, going back and forth and nowhere knew where they were supposed to go. You would think after that timeout they had that sorted out. But they didn't. So here we go. Now it seems that they have it sorted out. 4th and 6, 6 minutes and 28 seconds in the game. Sends a player in motion. 4 wide receiver set. Sends 20 in motion. Quarterback looks across the middle. It's caught. But that will not be a first. You would think that when they go with something deeper, they throw a shallow route. They needed 6 yards. They throw a 2-yard passing route. Not something you think they would draw up. Knowing they needed 6 for a first, you would think that when they throw something to at least get the first down, 2-yard route would be ideal against this Tigers defense. But nevertheless, big stop for the Tigers, as they just needed to defend after giving up that first down. 1st and 10 going the other way. Tigers maintaining their lead. They get excellent field position with 6 minutes and 21 seconds. The ball is actually spotted now around the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. They're in striking distance yet again. But I tell you, this Mustangs has been playing inspirational football all day. Pass out to number 2 to the flats. Turns the corner, slices up. And that's going to be close to a first down. And that's what happens when you give this Tigers offense second chances, second opportunities. You can't give them too many opportunities. At some point, you got to expect this number 1 team in the nation to play like they're the number 1 team in the nation. Brings up 2nd and 3 for the Tigers. Quarterback is in shotgun, twins receivers to the top, 1 receiver to the bottom of the screen, 1 back in the backfield. Quarterback calls for the ball. He'll throw it to the flats once again, throws it behind to number 1. He'll be tackled for a loss, and that's maybe a loss of 3 yards. Big open field tackle for the Mustangs. 5 minutes and 31 seconds left in the game. So now that makes it 3rd and 8 for this Tigers offense. Just when you think this Tigers offense is starting to get some momentum, the Mustang defense makes some big play for a loss of yardage. Mustangs show blitz. They're crowding the line of scrimmage. Their linebacker has walked down to the line of scrimmage looking like they want to put pressure on the quarterback. Here comes the blitz. They're swallowed up. He breaks the tackle, but no, flags are everywhere. Oh, what could this call be? 3 flags come in simultaneously, and it might be a face mask which could change the complexity of this game. Let's see the call. Personal foul, face mask against the defense, big penalty against the Mustangs where it looks like they were about to do another 4 and out here. That 15-yarder changes the game tremendously, puts the Tigers all the way inside of the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 with 4 minutes and 55 seconds in the game. Excellent defense by this Mustangs team. Got to tell you, this team is surprising a lot of people around the country. This Mustang team making some really, big noise. And what can you expect for this team in the future as they are playing this number 1 team in the nation very tough? Mustangs show blitz once again. 4 minutes and 39 seconds in the game. Hand off to number 2 on the left-hand side. Flags comes in as he runs off tackle. We'll have a player come out for the Mustang as he's showing looking like he might have a slight arm injury. So that'll be a holding penalty. Backs the Tigers up. Quarterback back to pass. Almost intercepted by the Mustangs. No, that was a backwards pass. It's Mustangs football. He threw it behind him. It was broken up by number 0. That's a live ball, ladies and gentlemen. The Tigers football player thought it was incomplete, so he didn't get on the ball. But because it was a backward lateral pass, that is a live football. It's Mustangs football. 3 minutes and 39 seconds in the fourth quarter. They are still alive, ladies and gentlemen, as that is a big play by the defense of the Mustangs, and they have been playing lights-out football the entire day. You look at that replay, you see he gets his hand in, almost intercepted it, but because of the backward pass, live football, 1st and 10 Mustangs. And regardless of the outcome of this game, you got to say this Mustang team played inspirational football against the champs. And who would ever thought the score would be 14-6 with 3 minutes left with the Mustangs with the ball in their hand coming into this game. Handoff right up the middle. Breaks the tackle. Still on his feet. Strong run. Gets close to the first down sticks. And that is enough for a first down. Mustangs 10-yard run from the line of scrimmage. Throws it to the flats. Makes one player miss. And he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1. 2 minutes and 59 seconds. So that brings up 2nd and 11. Number 2 is down by himself, no help, one-on-one. So keep an eye on that matchup. Let's see if the Dallas coaches see that matchup. By himself at the bottom of the screen, no safety help. Oh, ball is over snap. Oh! Quarterback took his eyes off the ball for 1 second, and they're taking their time, not knowing that the clock is running. Clock is approaching 2 minutes, and not in a sense of urgency right now, knowing that that is a live ball tackled in the field of play, and now it is under 2 minutes, 1:56. So the coaches got to be aware of the time. You know, even if you were to spike the ball, you can stop the clock, do something to help, but you're almost 30 seconds taking off this clock, and you're trying to do a winning drive here. Almost 30. It's a lot of time coming off the clock. And sometimes you just got to have a play spike the ball. We're already down to 1:36. Wow. I think it's probably going to be a learning experience, not just for the players, and now take a delay of game. So that's unexcusable on the coach's side. They got to be on top of the time management when you're trying to do a 2-minute drill. Part of that 2-minute drill is managing the clock. If you see your quarterback take a sack Tell them, get up, spike the ball, let's stop the clock, let's save these 30 seconds. Now the clock's down to 1:28, and it's going to start again as soon as the ball is set. So now we're at 1:23, and still no sense of urgency of getting this ball snapped. We're about another 15 seconds deep into this already. Players in motion. They're going to get a legal procedure, and they didn't call it, but you had 2 players in motion. Just a lot of confusion on the offensive side of the ball right now. And so players are still just looking around, and I'm sure that the offensive coordinator and those guys will learn something from this. But the last 2 plays just kind of not been favorable for the Mustangs coaching staff. So I can tell you, I watch a lot of football. This is a very talented team from a roster standpoint. Love the quarterback, number 1 and 2, great playmakers. Defense played light at top football. They'll just need to kind of tighten up from the coaching standpoint from offense and managing the clock. And I think it'll help them out. So that brings up, that was 4th down. So those last 3 plays, not what you want to see from an execution standpoint from your offense. The defense gave them an opportunity to win the game. When it most counted, they stopped the Tigers multiple times, and then they got a turnover. Ball in the background, you get set up with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to drive the field, 2 minutes and 38 seconds to potentially drive the field and turn away with nothing, leaving 31 seconds on the clock. And the last couple plays just going backwards. But shout out to this Dallas Elite Mustangs team. Very impressive roster, and I'm sure the only thing's going to get better as they go through this 2024 season. I would say, ladies and gentlemen, this is a team to reckon with. You'll probably see them down at the YNC Championships as we'll be taking the top teams. And elite, this is a very elite team, I can tell you. First and 10 Tigers. And they'll take a knee. And that will be your final score, ladies and gentlemen, 14-6. The defending national championships avoid a scare here against the Dallas Mustangs Elite. Tough game, but they prevail as the undefeated champs as they'll move on the 9 and under bracket. You'll see them tomorrow taking on the winner of today's game as well. Jonah Willard for Generation X U Sports Network, powered by AG Sports. Let's get ready for some 10U action right here on Generation X U Sports Network.